Lifting weights while you play a sport can be pretty beneficial for your body during the season, but that's only if you train right and, more importantly, recover right. And in this video, we're going to talk 3 ways that I use personally so I can maintain a great physique, build some strength, and show up to practices and games without being burnt out. So the first thing is abuse foam rolling. And I didn't really explain this while I was making the video, but this is for your legs mostly, because obviously during the season we want to be maintaining strength and trying to build some explosiveness in our legs, but that's hard to do when we're practicing all the time. So this is how to minimize soreness in your legs basically. Because listen, as I just explained, your legs take the biggest beating. So after every lift, practice, game, whatever, foam roll. If you wake up the next morning, your legs are a little tight, foam roll them again. Bring one of them, like them foam rollers that are about that big, and you kind of like, you know what I mean? Bring one of them to school and do it in class. When you're sitting in your chair, you go like, like on your leg. If you research foam rolling, it's going to tell you that it's more of like a temporarily fix. It's going to temporarily fix it, and it's not going to completely reduce soreness. It's just going to make it feel less sore, and that's true. But if we consistently do it, it's going to help a lot more than you think. So yeah, take your foam roller and abuse it. Spam foam rolling, bro. So number 2, you have to learn to train the right way, okay? If you're training in season like you're training on the off season, that's not going to work, right? You can't do high volume. You can't do drop sets. You can't chase a pump. You can't do none of that. You have to change how you train. That means drop the volume, but keep the weight and keep the intensity, right? So low reps on everything, fewer sets on everything, stuff like that. Take however long you work out right now. So we're going to say like an hour. Take that. If I said you only have 25 minutes to work out, what would you do? Find out what you would do if you were short on time and focus on that. Don't waste your energy on things that aren't as important as your compound lifts, right? So 4 sets of lateral raises with high reps to get a nice shoulder pump. Don't do that. During my soccer season, we train 5 days a week, right? That might be different for y'all, but for me personally, that only leaves me with 2 weightlifting sessions, which is on the weekends, right? So just focus mainly on compound lifts, and after that, then you can add like a set or two, maybe like two sets of like accessory work. So that'd be like bicep curls, lateral raises, stuff like that. So number 3, you might think this is obvious, but it's not at the same time, because nobody does it correctly. Diet and sleep. For your diet, bro, track your calories. Make sure you're tracking your calories. Make sure you're eating enough to support how much you train. Prioritize eating a lot of carbs, and don't be afraid to use unhealthy food when needed to hit your calorie goals. As long as you're not loading up on some junk food before a game, I mean, you're alright. And a little tip for y'all, shakes, bro. That is literally a golden way to get calories and protein in. If you didn't hit your protein goal at the end of the day, you don't know how easy it is to just shove 50 grams of protein in a shake you can drink in like 5 seconds, bro. Especially if you're short on time, getting home late from practice, and then, lifting and all that, and school. So shakes are where it's at. So for sleep, the goal here is getting real deep sleep, because that's what actually allows your body and your muscles to recover, is deep sleep, not just having 8 hours in bed. So that means getting off your phone before bed, or screens or whatever, and keeping your schedule consistent, right? Some people need more time in bed than others. Some people need less. It just depends on who you are. Find the amount of hours of sleep that isn't too little or too much, so when you wake up, you feel refreshed. If you're waking up and feeling refreshed, then that amount of sleep is good for you, right? And once you find that, then you need to be consistent and stick with it. Because consistency is really what makes everything like effective. If you want a full in-depth guide on staying strong and aesthetic while playing a sport, as far as when to train, how to train, recovery, everything like that, then I have a full in-depth guide, and the link is right there in the description. It's cheap, it's simple, it's straightforward. It's nothing that's going to change your life, but it's definitely something that will save you a headache in the future, and it's made specifically for high school athletes like me. So go check that out. Also, my Instagram is down there too. You can follow me, text me, ask me questions, whatever, and I'm out.